It's 2025. It's January, and we are back, baby.
Question. That was him. I was listening,
you
looking
did it
into your
before
eyes.
it. You did it before.
See what I
it.
mean? Any way to blame me for something? God, this year started off
And
well.
he's saying that he's all happy. Yeah, doesn't look like it, mate. I think it's good that people come into the new year feeling positive.
But I think the main thing with 75 Hard, what's happened is I think people have kind of, it's like anything, it's kind of come a bit off track.
The downside to January, I think, is the January blues.
I don't know when it is, but it's like the biggest suicide day or the saddest day of the year, I don't think, is in January.
New Year's resolutions then. Do we have any?
No, I don't have a New Year.
Really. I think we could give each other some.
Well, go on then, give me one.
Don't actually really have any New Year's resolutions. I just feel like I have goals for the year.
I'm still standing.
Can I speak now?
Yeah, okay.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to Couple of Coaches podcast with me, Emma, and my lovely boyfriend, Mike.
Boyfriend.
It's 2025. It's January, and we are back, baby. We're back.
We are back.
We are back.
We are back.
Back with a bang.
You didn't say the dog as well.
Oh, and Max is here, as always, just sleeping. He's bored
chilling.
of us.
He's just a mature, probably the most mature one here.
Yeah, he is. Happy 2025, everyone.
Yeah.
Hope everyone is happy to be in a new year. We certainly are. Feels different when you're in a new year, doesn't it?
Yeah, you were just saying that. I mean, I feel, yeah, it does. It does.
There is a different feeling. You definitely feel more motivated and ambitious.
I think you're just, it's, what's the word? It's
a reset.
It's like built into you. It's conditioned, isn't it?
Conditioned,
like
yeah.
New Year's like conditioned from birth.
It's our mentality, isn't it?
As a new start on life. Like give yourself this year's going to be the year.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's like a metric. Like it's a new year. So
I don't think there's anything wrong with it either. I know we've bashed New Year, New Me from a fitness perspective before. And a lot of people do say, just because it's a new year doesn't mean blah, blah, blah. But I think it's a good thing. I think it's good that people come into the new year feeling positive and ready for change.
I think what we try and do is before January, try to tell people they can start now. But listen, if you're a new year, new me person, then good on you.
Yeah, because at least you're doing something.
At least you're doing something. Like you could quite easily not be a new year, new me, not be a new year, new no one, new nothing. But you're a new year, new something. So that makes sense.
How many times did you just say new?
That makes sense, didn't it? It worked.
Sorry.
Fine, are we now? Oh, that started this year. Well,
I just touched my mic as well. Sorry, no.
That's a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Don't touch mics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nate, you're talking about microphones again. That was Nathan's New Year resolution. Do not talk without a microphone.
We're going to have to start throwing balls at you.
He's still talking and he's not even plugged in. I forgot where I was at. It's completely gone.
Well, when you remember, let me know. So what did we do to come into the new year? Well, me and Mike had an absolutely massive clear out, which was the best thing we have ever done, probably since we met.
We did it last year, but we didn't do it as intense.
No, the amount of crap that we got, our crap. What about them drawers that were under the TV? That was all your crap, mate. The amount of stuff that we got rid of that we were just holding on to, and it's just like, why? Why am I holding on to all of this stuff?
I don't think we was holding on to it. We just didn't know it was there because it was like tucked away.
It was just hidden.
Do you know what I mean?
Hidden
Everyone
clutter.
has that. Everyone has that. I mean, me and Emma are very the house is very like clean and clutter free. The only reason it was like that is because things were in cupboards.
Yeah,
and it was out of
and
sight.
the cupboards were
out of
like
sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
it was there.
The covers were like bursting open.
I think throughout the year it was just bugging me. It was a loop, probably bugging you as well. It's just a loop in your head, and it was like every day sort that cupboard out.
Yeah,
even though the cupboard didn't matter.
How many trips to the tip did you do?
3.
I reckon? Yeah.
And I didn't even think I would do half a trip. We did 3 trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt good.
Everything. Cupboards, all the kitchen cupboards. We even got rid of furniture and got some new furniture.
Yeah.
Oh, the trainer cupboard, that was a nice one, wasn't it?
Yeah, all our shoes. We got rid of some shoes.
Well, I had 3 pairs of trainers that were all basically brand new but muddy and haven't worn them.
Yeah.
Third world problems, that. Went and got them... got them cleaned?
So we're feeling very refreshed, reset, and it feels good.
Yeah, it feels good.
It feels good.
Very great reset. Still a couple of things in my office actually.
And the downside to January, I think, is the January blues. It's a bit of a depressing month as well. Yeah, we're not talking about you. We're talking about the audience that might be feeling like it. I think it's a bit depressing sometimes.
Yeah, we can have a little talk about us then. I actually like January.
I personally haven't felt depressed, but I do feel like it's a bit like meh. A bit of a meh month because you feel like there's so much pressure on you to be smashing it and being amazing. And if you're not, then you feel like you're a failure. You know, some people haven't been paid since before Christmas and they're maybe struggling with money, or some people just don't. Right, you two. This is meant to be an open discussion
He's talking
podcast. Imagine if we just talked about how we felt all the time. People wouldn't care. If we're talking about how everyone else feels.
Question. That was him. I was listening, looking into your eyes.
You did it before.
See what I mean? Any way to blame me for something? God, this year started off.
And he's saying that he's all happy. Yeah, doesn't look like it, mate.
Nath, you still don't have a fucking microphone, mate. Please stop talking. Honestly, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this back, and I'm gonna get so wound up because I'm gonna hear in the background.
Anyway, can I carry on talking about the January blues?
You can.
So yeah, I feel like if you don't feel like this month's going amazing and you don't feel like motivated and everything like that, don't feel like you have to, because people experience different Januaries.
Yeah, I agree. I think I actually had this discussion. It might get a bit sad, but it's probably true. I think a lot of people. I think it's a very. I don't know when it is, but it's like the biggest suicide day or the saddest day of the year. I don't think is in January. But it makes a lot of sense because you go into like December and everyone's happy, it's festive, family, friends. So a lot of maybe pain that people are hiding is kind of covered up. And you got your bit of time off work, if it's work you hate it, like, I don't know, say you owe money, like that all kind of shuts off from like the 20th of December. You're not getting messages or emails or letters through your door because obviously companies and that are not working. But then as soon as you get into the new year, you're back to work. Your family and friends are probably a bit more distant because they're busy with their lives. And if you owed money, then you've got people chasing you. And I think it all just goes from nothing to something again. Yeah. So I think that's why January for a lot of people is a really horrible month. And like you say, for people that are like waiting for payday, it's a long stint, 5 or 6 weeks. So I can't imagine why it's a crap month.
And I think you have to think about, like, we're quite lucky with our work. Like, January is probably like a really good month for us because all our clients are like so ready, and like we get new people that are like, I'm ready to take charge of my fitness. Whereas I've had quite a few clients say to me, like, it was so nice to not work over Christmas, and then they've just come back to work and it's just like hell. It's just like so much to catch up on. People, like you said, you know, about people chasing money. There's people saying, I need this done and I want this done, and why wasn't this done before Christmas, and everything like that. So I feel like you have to think about different people's circumstances. There's probably a lot of stress that comes with people's jobs at this time of year.
This year because I find you probably find the same. All of your clients are really motivated. And I had this conversation. January, like everyone like thinks that for a coach or a PT, like January is a super, super busy month. Yes, you do get new clients and stuff, and but I find it's more busy with current clients because whereas they get to the back of the year, even your clients, they slow down a little bit. They don't go as hard as they was. Now clients are like, right, they're revved up, you're changing people's programs,
want to do this,
giving people a bit more of a push. So you become more busy, and I think that's why it's exciting for me because I like being surrounded by very motivated individuals that we're coaching. Yeah. And the new people that are coming on board. Yeah.
It's really cool. It's really cool. New Year's resolutions then. Do we have any? Really? I think we could give each other some.
No, I don't have a New Year. Well, go on then, give me one. I'll give you one.
You got. I actually don't know one. You can give me one if you want.
No, I don't know one. I mean,
I don't actually really have any New Year's resolutions. I just feel like I have goals for the year. I wouldn't
Yeah.
really call that a resolution, is it? Because
No,
that's something.
I don't know. I think New Year resolution. Like a New Year resolution could be bloody. I don't know. Stop biting your nails.
Yeah.
Stop vaping. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Which is a big thing, by the way. Like I know you got like the no people like to stop drinking in January, but I've seen a lot. I've had a fair few clients. Believe it or not, our clients do participate in drink and vaping and stuff like that. Say that they've stopped vaping. Quite
Yeah.
interesting. Good,
Yeah.
good. But
Yeah.
I guess that people, it's a reset and a resolution to stick to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for us it's more goal setting, isn't it? Like just goals for us, goals for work,
Yeah.
goals for life.
I wonder how far people's resolutions will last.
Well, there is statistic. I can't remember the actual like number, but the statistics are not
80%.
great. I think it's like 80% of people fail, which I guess it's not surprising because I reckon people probably set massive like expectations or massive resolutions to go by, and it's not that easy to just stop something, right?
No.
Especially if it's like I'm not going to smoke or I'm not going to drink or I'm not going to. I don't know. I don't even know what resolutions are. I don't even know an example.
Well, a resolution is like it's like a habit, isn't it? To
Yeah,
stop doing
something.
a bad habit.
Shopping. That's a good one for you.
Shopping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be a good thing. Yeah, could go to
Yeah.
the gym. Yeah, I reckon a lot of people. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, and I guess if people kind of. It says 80% of people don't they fail it, but I reckon people not like they fail it. They probably miss a day or they slip
Yeah.
up, but they probably jump back on it. Do you know what I mean? If your New Year's resolution was to go to the gym 4 times a week and then gets to week 5 and you go 3 times, you've failed. Yeah, you haven't hit the target you set yourself, but you're still moving in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you do have a resolution, stick to it.
Keep it up.
You've got this. You can do it.
You're going in the right direction.
So something that we see a lot of in January is obviously people wanting to jump on a bit of a health kick, which is good, is absolutely fine. It's great that you want to, start something to help your health in this year. But we do see a lot of people falling for fad diets, quick fixes, because they're like, oh, I need to change. I need to do something about it. What's the quickest and cheapest and easiest thing I can do? Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we have our approach of how you should get from A to B. And we personally feel that's the most efficient, sustainable and best approach for most people. And not just that, we see the other side of it. We see the clients that come to us
from it.
Have been doing these different diets for years and they're just coming back to the same place. So yeah, there's not many ways we can articulate to people, but yeah, if it hasn't worked once or twice, then you should maybe think about a different approach.
Yeah. So these are things like shakes, fat loss shakes, injections, cutting out sugar, cutting out carbs, no meat only.
The carnivore diet. I mean, it's like a carnivore diet is something you could do if you want, but just find something that works for you. I mean, the injection one. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that's pretty silly.
Well, just all of these are just. Oh, sorry, you butt away.
But I do think it serves a purpose for some people.
What?
The
injections.
Ozempic
medically, yeah.
I think
if you've medically been told that you
need
it.
I think for someone who's if you're extremely overweight and let's face it, you're not going to go to the gym, you're not going to do this, then injection is probably the best way for you because it's the only way that your appetite's going to get shortened and
but
probably going to give you a quicker. I'm talking about someone who's severely overweight.
Yeah, so they would have medically been told you need to do this. It's people choosing to do it because they can't.
If you're doing it because you can't be bothered to follow a specific kind of nutrition plan and train, then I think that's not ideal because all you're doing is basically suppressing your appetite and telling your hunger hormones that you're not hungry. And then when you stop taking it because you can't take it forever, guess what? You're going to be hungry again.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with all these fad diets and quick fixes. It's like, at the time you'll see what you want to see, but
Yeah.
all of them come to an end. You can't use all of them for the rest of your life. You can't drink shakes every day for the rest of your life. That's not healthy. You can't take injections for the rest of your life. So when you come off of it, you're stuck again, and you're in the exact same place.
Innit? Quick fix.
So what we really focus on, obviously, is losing weight and getting into shape, building muscle, whatever your goal is, into your lifestyle so that you're able to keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
So one of my clients had his first check-in yesterday. And before he was like hadn't tracked calories. I think he was a bit like, didn't really want to track calories. I think he just wanted to be told what to eat. I said, give it a go. Right, it's going to give you more knowledge and more freedom going forward. And his first check-in was like, I'm so like basically saying he's happy that he started tracking because he's so much more aware of what is in what and what he deemed as kind of would be good in terms of calories and what wasn't. And now understands the approach, which is brilliant and that's exactly why we get people to track, because you can then understand nutrition. Like the thing that makes you fat, is food. Food makes you fat. Obviously, part of that is obviously not moving at all, but food makes you fat, whether it's like either way, it just makes you fat, right? That's how you put on body fat. But if you can understand foods from a knowledgeable point of view, you stand a much better chance, you know? Because even if you're a stress eater or you eat because of, like, it's a big problem for you eating, at least you can make better choices because you understand what's in what, as opposed to just eating anything, you know?
Yeah.
So tracking is so important. Just learn it. Tracking is learning, basically. You're learning what is in food, so then you can make better choices and you intuitively eat.
Yeah. What about 75 hard? That's something a lot of people are doing from January, and from someone that's actually done it themselves.
Yeah.
What are your
views?
Okay.
Completed it, mate.
What are your
Completed
views
it
on 75 hard?
about 4 years ago, before it was a fucking trend. Completed it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's great. But I think the main thing with 75 hard, what's happened is I think people have it's like anything, it's kind of come a bit off track from what I've seen. I mean, although it's fitness related, it's not actually a fitness thing. It's a self-discipline, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I've gone completely blank.
It builds discipline. It's not there to get
a challenge.
you.
Fucking hell, I was looking for the word challenge. It's a self-discipline challenge. So it's not like you're not doing it to get into great shape, although that is a byproduct of it. Like if you're following a meal plan, you're training twice, you're hydrating, you're doing all the stuff you need to do every day for 75 days, it's inevitable. You will get in good shape. So it's a good way to get in good shape. It's not a sustainable way to get in good shape because you're going to get to the end of that. It's going to be very hard to keep doing that. But I think the main thing for me is people need to understand that it's not about getting into that shape. It's about being able to do the same tasks every day that are not easy. You think doing it this time of year, I mean, today's lovely, but what if it's raining all fucking day? You've got to do a 45-minute workout outside. Are you going to do it or are you not going to do it? That's the difference when you've got to fight the elements of outside. It could be sunny, could be rainy. And also, another thing I found about 75 hard is you have to plan more and organise, and you realise how much time you actually have
To do
because you
stuff.
cut out the crap. You're not drinking, you stop going out.
You're more productive.
You know, you're sticking to a meal plan, you stop going out for food. Like you have to really sacrifice, and you realise how much time you actually have in life to give to something. So I think that's the main thing for me. You find out a lot about yourself and how much you can achieve. And as a byproduct, get in great shape. Yeah. It's not sustainable as a fitness challenge, but good for you if you're doing it.
Well, I remember when you did it ages ago. I think it was the year we met.
Yeah, because
So
I finished
2021.
it at that expo.
2021, you did it. And you didn't come to me and say, I'm doing 75 hard because I want to get into shape. You were like, I really want to become more focused and work better. Your main focus from it was business-wise. I remember you were like, I'm doing this thing. It's called 75 hard. Do all these disciplines. It's meant to make you feel so much more productive and everything like that. And that's why you did it. And you got into sick shape. When you got into shape from 75 hard.
I need to find it.
But
dig it out.
But yeah, you didn't go into it thinking, oh, I just want to do it so I get into shape.
No,
You were
I
like,
I get
I
it why
want to
people.
be more focused and I want to do well in my business.
But
So
that's it, because you eliminate a lot of stuff. You have to make sacrifices, right?
mm-hmm.
Like you're not going to go out drinking. You're not going out for having cheap meals. You just kind of become yourself and just focus on that. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I've got so much time.
I mean, I didn't love it because I was like, where are my date nights? Where are my takeaways?
Also, you were
Why am
like,
I having to go out for a
"Look, we'll
walk
go
in the
for a
rain?
run." I know, go
I was
for a
coming
run.
with you. I did actually really support you.
Yeah, you
I
were
wouldn't be like
running
that
behind
now.
me. I was filming and you were running.
Because we'd only just met. I was like, proper
I've got
like,
to do
yeah, I
it.
support you. If you do that now, I'd be like, you do you, mate. I'm doing me.
Yeah, I mean, it's an absolutely brilliant challenge if you're doing it for the right reasons. For people that are doing it for a fitness challenge, it's great. It's just not sustainable. You're not going to train every day, twice a day. You're not going to probably stick to a specific meal plan for 75 days. So,
Yeah.
but if you're doing it for that, then great. You're going to get into great shape. But
Mm-hmm.
have a strategy at the end to kind of taper off it and then continue to do the good stuff that you're doing. But
Yeah. Well, I have seen people doing like a 75 medium or something.
probably more
And it's like
sustainable.
75 hard, but it's not as
Intense.
hard. And it's almost pretty much what we tell our clients to do each day. It's
Yeah.
like do 10,000 steps, drink 2 liters of water, do a workout. And like it's just like daily habits, which is maybe a better option if you don't want to commit yourself to something that's as harsh as 75 hard.
Disciplined. And
But
yeah, no, I
it's
think
definitely a good thing to do, like you said, if you're doing it for
yeah,
the right reasons.
especially for business, because like you said, it opens up the diary. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I've got so much time. Anyway. Nothing else.
Okay, let's just talk about staying consistent from January then.
Do 75 hard.
But yeah, obviously a lot of people start January really, really motivated, and for whatever reason, people fall off and the intensity gets less and less and less. And then they think, oh, do you know what? I'm going to give up. So what tips do we have for people to stay consistent, not just in January, but post-January?
I think the main thing is what we always be on about is just managing expectation. I think a lot of people go into it and go, right, I'm going to go to the fucking gym every day. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to get in really good shape. And then the reality is they do like a week and they've bit off more than they could chew. Scales haven't gone down as quick as they anticipated. They're not looking as good. It's the being consistent becomes really hard. So I think just managing expectation. I think don't go too hard too soon. I think just to stay consistent, it needs to be. You always when you set goals, they need to be hard, right? But to stay consistent on your fat loss journey, it has to be sustainable and achievable. So just make sure it's enjoyable and it fits what you're doing. Don't go too crazy.
Well,
I've got one guy who's just not even going to the gym. He's I posted his thing yesterday. He's like 7 or 8 kilos down in 6 weeks, but he's literally just walking. He hasn't got the time for the gym because his business is so busy. And he's got an injury, so he's kind of struggling with that and childcare. But he's just focusing on steps and nutrition. And 6 weeks, and his pictures are a joke. He's got great muscle mass anyway because he's a big gym goer, but at the moment, gym's not a thing. So he's just managed his expectations in terms of what he's going to do, and he's still consistent.
Yeah, so the dog makes me smile.
More than I do.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there in that you don't want it to be just a 2-month thing. You want it to last for the rest of the year. So if it's going to last for the rest of the year, it needs to be sustainable for you to do. So don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, and it's going to be like, if you're going to the gym to get in good shape, like most people are not doing it to get in good shape. They're doing it because they want to feel better. They feel shit about how they look. So it always comes back to how you feel, right? So once you do it, you're not gonna stop because you know how shit you felt when you was in shit shape. So it needs to be a long approach. It doesn't mean you're going to go to gym as many times now as you maybe will do in 6 months' time. You might go less because it's easier to maintain. But it's not going to stop because once you get to that point of feeling good, you ain't going to want to leave it.
Yeah.
So manage expectation, people. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Love it. Wow.
Well, is that it?
That is it. Thank you very much for watching.
For our first episode. I hope you're not
episode
bored
of
and
the
you're
year.
still watching.
Probably not.
But this time round, I'm doing this for 2 reasons. I'm doing this to tell you what to expect I'm also doing it for accountability to make sure that what is expected of us happens.
No.
So we are going to focus on getting more guests on.
Don't ruin any of them.
I'm not going to say the names. We have got 2 lined up. We are going to get more. If there's any guests that people that are watching this would like to kind of potentially us to have on here, you find it interesting, just send us their names via Instagram, WhatsApp if you have it, Facebook, YouTube.
Comment below.
Or comment below.
That would probably be the easiest
That's
thing
what
to
you're
do.
supposed to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comment
Only been
below.
in this social media game for 4 years.
Don't worry about having to find us on Instagram
I'm like,
message us. Yeah.
Find our WhatsApp on Instagram and message us.
Get with the time.
Hello, Mike. It's Johnny. I watched the podcast. here's a couple of names.
Just drop us a comment below.
Yeah, so we're going to have some more guests on this time because you're probably bored of watching us to chat absolute crap. So
I'm bored of it.
yeah.
So yeah.
There you go.
Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.